Look, I opened this jar of rotten baby food, and well, a butterfly came out.
Oh, now we're adding a fourth person. I see.
Absolutely.
All right, all right.
You can
You
toss in
threw
your fairy
you
godmother as well, just to
you
be.
you threw me off on the mudslinger there.
It's the guy at the execution throwing the tomatoes. Welcome to the Comedians in Elevators podcast. I've got my guest, Jaime Zahler. Is that how I pronounce it, Jamie?
Zahler, kind of like the Z with a
Zahler.
dollar.
I like it. Z with the dollar. There we go.
Yeah.
Well, Jamie, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Let's see. I am a mom. I've got 5 kids, and I'm a grandma too.
Wow.
Yeah. I live in Palm Springs area and grew up out here. I'm a 90s kid, just a little, actually tomboy, little brat.
Well, I
Um,
mean, that's exciting. There's a lot of activities to do outdoors, right? So
oh yeah,
that's
no, when
supposed
I
to
was
do.
a kid, I would always just run around and catch lizards with my cousins.
Nice. We won't ask what happened after you caught him. So,
Oh well.
you ready to get started, Jamie?
Sure, yeah, let's do it.
All right. Listen, to my regular listeners, I know you don't like when at the beginning of these conversations I ask you to subscribe. None of us like it. I don't like saying it. I don't like it being in here. But it's frustrating. You know what else is frustrating? It's also frustrating when I look in the back end of the YouTube channel and I see that 56% of you that watch frequently haven't yet subscribed. And I know this because I see it in the comments section. You say things like, I didn't know I didn't subscribe. And that's actually what fuels the show. Basically, it's like you're making a donation to the show. So that's why I ask all the time, because it enables us to build and build and build. And we're going for the long term here. Hit the subscribe button and we'll continue to build this show for you. That's my promise. Thank you to all you guys that do subscribe. It means the world to me. So the whole point of the podcast is to compare and contrast the comic versus the comedian. So I define the comic as any person telling funny jokes versus the comedian who's a funny person telling any jokes. So Jamie, would you agree that you start as a comic and evolve into a comedian?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the funny jokes eventually they evolve and they just become a part of you. So, and through experience and everything. Yeah, you basically become that funny person in essence.
Well, another way to look at it,
Yeah.
that for me at least, is you can say that the comedian is internal and the comic is external.
Uh-huh.
So that's one way I also help to focus the whole perspective on it.
Uh-huh.
So are you ready for the first question?
All right, yes. Let's go.
Okay. It's about the role of persona in comedy. So how much of the comedian's voice is a character versus their real self?
How much of a comedian's voice in their character? So it's basically the inflection, right? So right, so
It
the
could be.
person the actor would be because I do voiceover, so that's
Yeah,
kind of my thing.
sure.
And what we learned was, the inflection of the character, that's how you build it out and you can grow. So, um,
When you
um,
build it out, are you actually taking an external and bringing it in?
yes, that's
Okay.
exactly how I do it. Yeah, I like to, yeah, I'll read the script and it you feel it. You feel the personality, you feel like the emotion in that character.
All right. So then does authenticity matter or is illusion part of the magic?
Wow, authenticity. Well, um, if you're good, then yes. It does
So
help
if
to
you're bad,
be
then authenticity is it does not good for you?
well, you can't be authentic. So yes, it would be important to be authentic. I
Okay.
mean, otherwise you'd be like an AI bot and they don't feel. They can't, have that emotion. But as a
Not
character
yet. They
actor,
might by the end of the year.
oh my gosh, right?
That's what they're projecting. Not consciousness, but they can simulate emotion. But we won't get into that. I know scary thoughts, right?
Simulate. I mean, is that
Simulate.
how we are? I mean, are we a
Arguably, yeah, the
simulation?
emotions. Arguably, the emotions are a physical manifestation of the body. But we're gonna leave that to an aside, unless you want to go down that rabbit hole. How about
Eh.
punching up versus punching down? So where do comics versus comedians subscribe to this? So let me put it in some historical context.
Mm.
Did a jealous medieval prince become the first comedian by killing the court jester?
I've seen you ask that question before. So I
You're not
would,
surprised, but you're still shocked.
you know what? I'm actually kind of excited about it because when you think about like where he was and at the time, it may have been funny to his culture, you
Hmm.
know? I mean, just like, the 80s and the 90s are different than the kids of today. We would make some pretty crass jokes back in the day, and nowadays you cannot joke like that.
Right.
You will get fined, you will get arrested, you will have some problems. So
Yeah.
back then and during that time, he probably did think he was pretty freaking hilarious.
I mean, it makes
Mm.
me think of the movie Gladiator or Gladiator 2, or just the idea of, the Roman Colosseum and where they're fighting to the death and it's just for fun, but it's a mortal battle.
Mm.
That's the kind of sense that's where I'm coming from with that question. So it seems like you figured that one out. So
Well, I
then,
mean, I was just thinking like, because my kids, we were just recently watching, Brave, and like during like the rough housing scene, these guys, they're all fighting but that's how it was. That's what they're breaking things on top of each other's heads and laughing about it. I
right,
mean, that is pretty comedic if that's what your culture says. Yeah.
right, exactly. So is the audience agreement with the comedian a form of permission or alignment?
Ooh. Well, they're aligning with their culture, and also it is basically what's agreed upon against their peers, right?
Mhm.
If they're the only person laughing in the room, then maybe it wasn't as funny because I mean I've personally been one of those people to like somebody says something pretty off and pretty crass, and I just die laughing, and everybody else is like looking, and I'm just like, oh. Maybe I shouldn't have laughed about that. Uh,
So, okay, then how about cultural translation of comedy? So, how do jokes that work in one country bomb in another?
well, again, that's just culture. That's and the times, as time goes by, in the United States, things are not as funny as they used to be. And the things that people do see as funny, like 6'7", is I mean, a lot of other people are not seeing it as pretty hilarious. Also, you also think about age as well, you know. If you're
Hmm.
an older person, that stuff is just disrespectful or wrong, and the younger generation is dying laughing. So,
I watch them laugh at it, and I don't think they even find it funny. They just don't know what else to do. I think expect it. This is what's supposed to be funny because it's new, but it's not. I don't think they think it's funny. Do you see
right,
that?
right.
Maybe I'm missing it, but
Oh, I think it's funny when I see other moms laughing about the 6'7" thing, and I'm like, are you serious? They're
yeah.
like,
What part is funny? I don't
is
know.
that
What's
is that
the
hilarious? Okay, all right.
It is a strange, yeah, it's a great example. The only thing that technically I can understand is the the sequence, the repetition of the sequence. Other
Mm.
than that,
Oh,
I
you hear
don't
it
see.
everywhere. Yeah.
Right, but just the mathematical component
Hmm.
is the only I think the only reason why it exists. I mean, aside from the obvious, but we're gonna let go.
Hmm.
Somehow it's
Right.
infected. It's a mind virus, and it's
Hmm.
very effective in that sense. So, um, okay, cultural translation of, did I already ask this? Cultural translation of comedy. So, how do jokes that work in one country bomb in another?
Yeah, we did go over that, but
Did I just ask that?
maybe possibly because
Oh,
you know what, I was listening to your podcast just a little bit
oh my
ago, and
God.
you
This is
did
why
you
six,
did
seven works.
literally, it totally does.
This is why it works, is because now we neither of us remember if I already asked this question because we've seen this question before.
We have.
That's great.
So
That's okay. Now I get it. Now I understand.
yeah, cultural appreciation, right? Is where we're
Uh, what- how does a joke that works in one country bomb in another?
okay. Well, I mean, you have to think about it. If there's like different cultures have different things, food, clothing, different activities that they do. And if they were to talk, if somebody were to talk about Subway, when I was a kid growing up, Subway's a sandwich place. That's where I go get my sandwiches. But
Hmm.
somebody in New York might talk about the Subway completely different because, they take the Subway. It's like, where are you taking your Subway? It's like so it's just like I would see how different places things mean different things. So that would be probably why.
Well, and that's definitely one reason. Others are pronouns, right? We could always, that's why I
Bingo.
added it on the description here. So then, how does the silence when your joke doesn't land hurt? Physically, emotionally, morally, or spiritually?
All of them.
Okay.
It because you're trying to get a point across, but in a humorous way,
Hmm.
and if people aren't taking it as humor, they may take it personally. They may take it, like if somebody's talking about, like the more harsh things, then they're trying to make a joke of it. It's not, and people won't find it as funny, and or if somebody's just trying to make a light joke and people aren't, finding it as humorous as they do, it kind of does hurt a little.
Okay. So then, are comics more universal while comedians are more culturally specific?
Um, I'd say are comics more, I'm sorry, ask the question again.
Are comics more universal while comedians more culturally specific?
Okay. Um, well, comics, yeah, everybody can be a comic, You can say funny things,
Yeah.
you know. Yeah, you could say funny things just out of random, even not even intentionally,
Now,
they
if
can
it's not intentional, is that potentially the comedian?
if it's not intentional,
Yeah, because
yeah.
where does it come from? The reason why
If
I'm
it's
picking at this is I would argue also the comedian's internal and the comic is external. So
Mhm.
if it came out of, you don't even know where it came from. Well, where did it come from? From the outside or the inside?
Well, I mean, they could just be making an observation and it comes out hilarious.
Well, that would be a comic, right?
Yeah,
I'm just,
that would be a comic. That's exactly. Yeah, I literally the dynamic between comedian and comic is I had to
it's a
literally
tight
write it.
orbit.
Yeah,
Yeah. It's
it's
a tight orbit. It's like the
it
electron and the
really is.
proton. And then there's the neutron somewhere in there. And you're like, who's that?
Yeah, and we're trying to specify like
Hmm.
these two types of characters,
Two
and
types of
yeah.
same atom, the components of the
Yeah.
atom. Yeah. All right, how about love and justice? So, is the highest function of comedy to expose injustice or to make people feel less alone while living with it?
Okay. So love and justice.
Hmm.
Wow, you got some questions. I did not get as far in your podcast these
They only get
questions.
harder as long as.
They do,
Uh,
it seems. Okay. Let's see. Love and justice.
so, is the highest function of comedy to expose injustice or to make people feel less alone while living with it?
Ooh, I think less alone because
Okay.
yeah, because I mean you try to take things lighter, try to find the funny things, the more positive things in it, you know. Yeah.
Okay. So when a joke harms someone unintentionally, does love demand accountability or does justice demand defiance?
Um, I mean, love love does, yeah, the accountability, I would think. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I am pretty defiant in my own right, but
Mhm.
and I would like justice.
Yeah.
However,
That's
Yeah,
why these questions are hard because
they
they're
are. They're brain. You got the yeah.
they're
You're making me
riddles.
think here. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
All right, very important question. Advertising and self-promotion. Who advertises themselves more? The comic, the comedian, or the magician? You know that place where you're not conscious and you're not sleeping either? That's your power bill to the electric company. Right here. I want us to be here with free energy, where the Wardenclyffe Tower meets the Eiffel Tower. But that's not where we are. We are here, where you've got the utility and you've got residential solar. Between these two, we know which one saves you money. This is where we can go in the meantime. But this is where I want us to be now, and this can be done now. So let me deputize you to represent DOSE, Department of Solar Efficiency, and let's get on the podcast and get the message out today. See you soon.
Hmm. Okay, so I don't think the comic would advertise himself as much. It would be more the comedian. And as far as comedian and magician, I mean, they both kind of have to advertise themselves to get themselves out there as far as view, right?
Yep.
Um, I mean, I don't know. I see posters of both. Especially if you go to Vegas or something, you're seeing comedians, you're seeing magicians, they're all over the place. But
Yeah.
as far as advertising themselves, I don't know. I'd say it's about even, right?
Between
Yeah.
the comedian and magician,
Yeah, yeah. I
but
mean,
not so
especially
much
if
the
they're
comic.
not so much
Because,
the comic is just a person that's saying random things. I mean, I guess the comic, they do say random things. I don't know. It's a good question.
I
I
could
think
see
they all
I
advertise
think the
themselves.
best would be like a street performer that has a billboard they're like standing under the billboard and you think they're just the street performer and then you look up, you're like, wait a minute, it's happening right now. I think that would be pretty epic, and that
So
would be the comic.
are you saying not all comics are comedians?
I am.
Uh-huh.
I'm
Very
saying
interesting.
the people we see are usually comedians, but
Uh-huh.
they dove deep and became a comic and
Uh-huh.
then pulled it back into themselves. There's a whole cycle there that I'm trying to flesh out.
It's
But
interesting.
at the beginning, yeah, we're one or the other. You're a funny person, you're just
Mm-hmm.
funny, you don't know why, and then you're also trying to be funny as well. So, um, how about censorship and offense? So, does a comic avoid offense while a comedian courts it to prove a point, like a magician?
Hmm. A comic probably should skirt the offensive, especially if they're trying to get more views. The comedian, though, I think if
Hmm,
they're just gonna be raunchy and dirty just for the hell of it. Right?
okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, so then who survives better in the cancel culture environment? The comic, the comedian, the magician, or the mudslinger?
Oh, now we're adding a fourth person. I see.
Absolutely.
All right, all right.
You can
You
toss in the
threw
fairy
you
godmother as well, just to
you
be.
you threw me off on the mudslinger there.
It's the guy at the execution throwing the tomatoes.
Right, right. The heckler. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Ask your question one more time, please.
who survives? Who survives better in a cancel culture environment? The comic, comedian, magician, or mudslinger?
Well, the mudslinger, because they're the asshole that's that's throwing mud at everybody
Yeah.
else.
Yeah, exactly. I think I would agree, but of course, then
Of course they do. Of course they survive. They have no skin in the game.
until they do, when the magician makes them disappear, the comedian turns them into a heckler, and the comic just tells jokes only about the mudslinger.
That's
So
right.
that would be the
That's what
balance
they
it out.
get. That's what they get in the end.
Yep.
That's the justice.
Eventually, it is. Exactly. All right. So timing and delivery, is it a science or an art?
Mm, timing and delivery. I mean, some say it's an art. I mean, I feel like you have to know. It's good. I mean, you can try to chalk it down to science, but I mean, if you're really in the moment telling, the joke or whatever, it's kind of good to, feel your crowd out, and as far as like timing and when you're gonna push it
Mhm.
out there, you know. So I mean, it is pretty, I think, artful.
So do comics rely more on structure and comedians more on rhythm and emotion?
I mean, if the comics, if it's a career, then yeah, for them it's the structure. But the comedian, he can just do whatever he wants. It's just
Sure.
being funny.
All right, so laughter versus applause. So are comics chasing laughs and comedians chasing applause breaks or a primetime Emmy that validate the message?
Oh my, an Emmy. I mean, that would help, right?
Yep, potentially.
As far as, I mean, I'm sure the laughs are probably more, unless it's like the clapping and laughing is what they're going for. But yeah, the Emmy, because that gets the that gets them even more notice.
Right. Okay, so how about comedy as commentary? So when does a comedian cross into being a philosopher or a preacher?
Mm, philosopher or a preacher? Wow, man, your questions are amazing. Okay. Okay. Philosopher or preacher? Uh, God. I do like to philosophize, yes. Um, and I'm sorry, what was the comic doing again?
Nothing. So
It's a comedian.
it could be a comic. I mean, you could put that, but I think usually it's when the comedian does this. But yeah, if you think the comic is the one that does it, that
Mm.
crosses into being a philosopher or a preacher.
Well, I mean, the comedian could, if he wanted to become to philosophize and preach, if he's really getting into it. I mean, I know
Mhm.
sometimes when I'm really getting into a conversation and I'm fully like into it and I start feeling like the conversation's going to philosophizing about things, you
Mhm.
know, and I'm already in the mode of like humor, then yeah, I mean, I don't see myself as like a a I mean, I'm not a comic.
Oh,
I mean, I guess I could be a comic. Just
you're not a comedian then?
I'm
You're
not a
not particular.
comedian. There you go.
Okay.
I don't do this professionally.
That's another way to,
I will
yeah.
read. I like to read script, and that's where I go. But and I'm
So,
pretty, yeah, go ahead.
so is it good or does it dilute the humor?
Philosophizing and
Yeah.
religion,
And preaching, yeah.
preaching. Um, it could, depending on the subject.
Mhm. Yeah,
I
if you're off
mean,
topic.
yeah, if you're off topic, then yeah, it could dilute it, especially, you know, you're talking, you know, about um, evolution and then you go off on a tangent about oranges or something different, you know, totally off, then yeah, it could
Wouldn't it be the
dilute the.
grapefruit? I understand that that was a hybrid, but we're
See,
gonna.
there you go.
So, Jamie, are you ready to enter the multiverse?
Ooh, that would be fun.
So that's a yes.
Yeah, I'd like to know other Jamies. I think
Okay.
we'd be
Well,
pretty
this is the
badass. All the
very
different
important.
Jamies.
Well, you have to decide who your other Jamie will be. All right. You're gonna have to select your other Jamie's avatar. All right.
Mm.
So, board game Zoomcast, play versus performance. If comedy were a board game Zoomcast, are you competing as the colorist, adding tone, mood, and shading, or the Foley artist, building punchlines with soundscapes and timing?
I like both.
Now, we are in the
Honestly,
multiverse, so
we are in the multiverse. I could do both. I do like
you
to
could do
color.
both.
I do like color. I do like my colors. Um, but I also I do like storytelling and all of that as well. So I kind of like both. I feel like I'd be, I mean, if I was in a different multiverse and I split the Jamie that I am, it'd kind of be, I don't know what she'd be like. She'd be pretty different. A lot more
Arguably,
subtle, possibly.
yeah, arguably you would have to be somehow different, otherwise
Mm,
it's not going to make sense in the
yeah.
multiverse. We would just be in the single verse. So does comedy work better when it's painted vividly or when it's orchestrated sonically?
Mm. I like vivid. I like vivid. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, Jamie, here on the Comedians and Elevators podcast, we have a
Yes.
tradition where the previous guest asks a question for the next guest. And the previous guest was Jennifer Kellims with an M. And her question for you, Jamie, is if you had to eat the same food for the rest of your life and it also had to maintain your nutritional requirements, what would you eat?
Ooh. Um, I guess, I mean, the only things popping off the top of my head would be like Del Taco red burrito.
Wow.
I mean, because it's got protein, right? Beans,
Okay.
cheese, tortilla. We're good.
Del Taco.
Red
Nice.
burrito. I'll eat a red burrito.
I was thinking In and Out, but that's
In-N-Out's pretty
better.
good.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think that's
a,
way more hilarious. Red taco?
a red
Red burrito.
a red
Red
burrito.
sorry. Trying to put it together.
I mean,
The
a double animal style at In-N-Out, man, that's pretty damn good too. I'll go for
don't
that.
change you don't have to change
No, no,
your
no. I'm not changing. I'm not changing. I'll
yeah.
have my red burrito.
Okay. Nice. So, last question. Legacy. Who gets remembered? Will the comic's Type 5 survive time, or will the comedian's cultural point of view be more timeless?
Hmm. Well, I don't think the point of view would go on anywhere, but the comic, if they're published, if they're out there, then yeah, that will continue on because
Okay.
somebody took the time to take that down, you know?
Good
Yeah,
point. All
yeah.
right. So, Jamie, where can everybody find you online?
I am at JamieZahler.com.
Awesome.
I'm on LinkedIn. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Insta. Yeah, and yeah, I'm just trying to get myself out there. So thank you. Thank you for this
Absolutely.
time. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Jamie Z with the Z like a dollar. So,
Yeah, Zahler.
thank you for being my guest. And everyone, please like and subscribe. And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.
If you're interested in too much information like in the network state or Mantipus the chicken shit, check out this video. Or is it this one right here? Well, either way. Lizard.